Good afternoon, everyone. It's time for Strat-O-Matic baseball. Excuse me. I'm Spokane Steve. We got a ball game today. Houston Astros at Philadelphia Phillies. First of a 3-game series between these two teams. Before we get into it, let's take a look at the standings. Okay. You can see here the Astros come in just 2 games back of the Pirates. You know, we've been talking a lot about the Baltimore Orioles. They're 17-6. Pirates awfully close, 18-7. The Phillies, 3 games back. Or to put it another way, just 1 game back of the team they're playing today, the Houston Astros, as we talked about a little bit yesterday. The Giants, man, with a lot of ground to make up. They are 9 games off their pace from their real life record, which was 22-7 at this point, if you can see that. 13-16 now. Kind of a weird day here in Spokane. First of all, the cat has the zoomies, okay? So I may have to shut him down here. We'll see how it goes. Also, it's raining. Very weird. I went to the grocery store. It just started raining. Light rain right now, about 69 here in Spokane. The pitchers for today's game, you can see them right there. There's Turk Farrell for Houston. Farrell, a victim, of course, of the famous coffee spill incident early in the year. Left-hander Chris Short, a 20-game winner in real life, will take the mound for the Phillies. Let's see how they've done in the replay. Farrell so far 1-1 with a 3.72 ERA. This will be his 4th start. For Short, it's been Castle or outhouse. 2-2 with a 3.23 ERA. In 6 starts, he has 3 complete games, 2 of them shutouts. So for Short, he's either been absolutely dominant or he's been hit a bit. No in between for Short. It is quite a battle, Ben, and greetings to Ben and Kelly. Here's the Astros lineup for today's game. Joe Morgan will lead it off at second base. Sonny Jackson, the shortstop, hits second. Jimmy Wynn, the toy cannon, in center field batting third. And welcome Kenyon. Kenyon's here. Dave Nicholson in right field will be in the cleanup spot. Jim Gentile at first base, hitting 5th. Aspromani at third base, 6th. Bateman, the catcher, hits 7th. Rusty Staub in left field, hitting 8th. Turk Farrell, the pitcher, hitting 9th. And this brings me to a point. Talk a little bit about Strat-O-Matic versus real life. Okay, if you were playing, if you were managing the Astros facing Chris Short, seriously, wouldn't you bench Gentile? You could put Felix Mantilla at first. You could put Chuck Harrison at first, a right-handed hitter who's a 2E13. Also, wouldn't you put Staub in right and Nicholson in left? Anyway, are you having weather too, Kenyon? For the Phillies, Dalrymple will be doing the catching. Clay Dalrymple. Bill White at first base. Rojas and Grote up the middle with Tony Taylor at third base. Still no Dick Allen. Clemens in left, Gonzalez in center, and Callison in right. So we're about ready to get started here. Here's Joe Morgan to start things off against left-hander Chris Short. Morgan hitting .243, 1 homer, 12 RBIs, a league-leading 26 walks. 25 runs scored would also place him among the league leaders in that category. So Morgan has really acted as the prototypical leadoff man for these Astros so far. Ben points out, yes, they did win the game in real life 1-0, so it worked. Now you make me wonder, what did Gentile do in that game? Okay, hopefully we got a good game for you here. Morgan standing in left on left. Here's the pitch from short to get us started. It's a 4-11 left-handed. That's a high fly ball to deep right field. Morgan has the power against lefties. Callison back to the wall, leaps, and it's gone. Home run, Joe Morgan. Holy crap, let's look at that again. 4-11 left-handed, homer to 12. The roll is a 9. Morgan, you'll notice he's a W against righties, but with end power against lefties, it's out of here. And Joe Morgan has just hit his second home run of the season. And there's your final score, Ben, 1-0, Houston. Here's Sonny Jackson now. Jackson batting .307 on the season. 1 homer, 7 RBIs. There's Mike C. Welcome, Mike. Short into the windup now. 6-5 left-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Down goes Jackson. 1 down, and Jimmy Wynn will be the batter. Jimmy Wynn hitting .383 so far, 8 home runs, and a major league leading 30 runs batted in. This is the Astros' 28th game of the season. So in 27 games, 30 RBIs. It looks like 17 and low, doesn't it? It's 17 and 10. Sorry about that. Short into the windup now. It's going to be a 1-9. And here he is. Yeah, he's not going to settle down today. 1-9 left-handed is a high fly ball to deep left field. Clemens going back on the track makes the catch for the out. So Toy Cannon gave it a ride, but it's a loud out to left. And the batter will be Nicholson. Dave Nicholson, the right-hand hitting outfielder, 20 for 59. That's .339. 3 home runs, 6 RBIs. Here's the pitch now from Chris Short. It's a 4-2 right-handed. He goes the other way with it, lofts a lazy fly ball into right field. Callison drifting to his right, hauls it in to retire the side. But a leadoff home run by Joe Morgan puts Houston on the board. As we go to the bottom of the first, Houston 1, Philadelphia coming to bat. Here's Farrell getting loose now. Let's go over the Phillies lineup. And there's Michael. Welcome to Michael. I haven't. Maybe someone else in the chat has. For the Phillies, Tony Gonzalez in center field bats leadoff. Dick Grote, the shortstop, hitting second. Bill White at first base in the 3 spot. Johnny Callison will play right field and bat cleanup. Doug Clemens in left field hitting 5th. Cookie Rojas will be at second base in the 6th spot. Clay Dalrymple behind the dish doing the catching. He'll hit 7th. Tony Taylor, the third baseman, hits 8th. Short, the pitcher, batting 9th. And Frank's here. Welcome, Frank. Houston defensively will have John Bateman doing the catching. Gentile at first. Morgan and Jackson up the middle with Bob Aspromani down at third. The outfield left to right, Staub, Wynn, and Nicholson. So Farrell ready to go now. Tony Gonzalez steps in. Gonzalez batting a cool .300 on the season so far. Just 1 homer and 4 RBIs. Left-handed hitter. Farrell into the windup. That's going to be a 1-2 right-handed single up the middle. How about that on a 1-2? Gonzalez with a leadoff single. Gonzalez not a threat to steal. Farrell a -1 hold. Bateman a 0 arm. Here's Dick Grote, the shortstop. Grote hitting right-handed, comes in at .216, 1 home run, 11 RBIs from Grote. Farrell working out of the stretch now. Here's the pitch to Grote. That's going to be a 3-9 right-handed. It's a grounder to second. Morgan to his left. Only play is to first. He throws him out as Gonzalez takes second. So Gonzalez now in scoring position with one down for Bill White. White second to win in the National League in RBIs with 29, just one behind him, 7 home runs and a .286 average. White, you might remember, led the league in RBIs most of the season until just recently when Wynn passed him. So here's White now running around second, 1 away. The pitch from Farrell, a 3-6 right-handed, and he loses him ball 4. So Farrell, pitching carefully to White, loses him. White jogs down to first, and with first and second and 1 away, it will be Johnny Callison coming to bat. Callison, the left-handed batter, comes into the game hitting .324. 4 home runs, a dozen RBIs. Farrell out of the stretch now. Pitch to Johnny Callison, a 5-7 left-handed, a grounder to second base X. That could be 2. Morgan, a 3E30. Here's the play. On a 6, Morgan has it to Jackson, to Gentile, double play. So it is 2. How about that? 463 side is retired. 463X, I should say. I'm surprised. Anyone else? On a 6. Yeah. Ground ball A on a 3. I was kind of surprised at that. No runs a hit, nobody left on. Excuse me, 1 left on, I should say. After 1 inning complete, Astros 1, Phillies nothing. Well, that would be handy, Michael. You'll have to, have you played it yet? You'll have to give us a report. Okay, it looks like I'm a little off center here today. Let's get that full dice tray in the picture. There we go. To the second we go. It'll be Gentile leading off for Houston. Jim Gentile hitting .256, does not have a home run. He does have 11 RBIs. Left on left. Here's the pitch now from short. It's a 6-6 left-handed. Fly ball into center field. That's playable for Gonzalez. He's there to take it for out number 1. Here's Bob Aspromonte now, the third baseman hitting .241. 3 homers, 13 RBIs. Short into the windup. Here's the pitch. 6-5, right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Short second K of the afternoon. And with 2 away, John Bateman will be the hitter. Bateman comes in at .264. 3 home runs, 14 RBIs. Short gets the sign now. Pitch to Bateman. 4-11 right-handed. That's a high fly ball to deep left field. Backing up is Clemens on the track on a 17. Makes the catch at the wall. Oh my goodness. So Bateman almost got all of that one. Allowed out to left. Houston retired in order in the second. Let's take another look at that play. 4-11 righty, homer to 12. On a 17, it's allowed out to Clemens. So often in this game, it really comes down to who gets the splits. Or at least they can be a huge part of the difference. Let me refresh this so I can see the bottom part of the chat here. Hope everyone's having a good day. Kind of a blah day in Spokane. Hinston name. Every team that has 1 card. I'm not sure I get that part. Have you played it yet, Michael? Doug Clemens will start it off for the Phillies. Okay. Bear with me. I'm going to have to put the cat up. Okay, we are back. Sorry about that. Mookie decided this is a good time to go on his daily terror. Not such a good time for me. Here's Clemens now. Clemens just 3 for 15 on the season. Been starting in left field just recently. In fact, this will be his 7th appearance. Farrell into the windup. Here's the pitch. 5-7 left-handed is a grounder to second base X. That's going to be Morgan, a 3E30. Here's the play. On a 12, that's the E-raise. There's that dreaded 5 on a 30, and Morgan boots it. Error Joe Morgan. Clemens will reach. So the Astros with an error, that puts Clemens on first to lead off the inning. Oh, nice, man. That's always good news. You just found that out, I assume. Here's Cookie Rojas now. Rojas hitting .226. No homers, 3 RBIs. Dalrymple and Taylor due up. He's going to lay it down. An A bunter on a 4. And he beats out the bunt. How about that? Rojas lays down a beauty. No play. And the Phillies are in business. 2 on and nobody out. Here's Dalrymple now. Dalrymple hitting .273 so far, just 1 RBI on the season. Trying to pick up Clemens from second base now. Farrell stares in from the stretch. Comes to the plate on a 1-5. Struck him out. I momentarily thought about laying it down with Dalrymple. But then it would be up to Taylor with the pitcher to follow. And Ben, you're not the only one. I've been saying all along I'm shocked to see Morgan with a 3E30. Obviously very early in his career, and I would argue that Strat-O-Matic still got it wrong. Oh wow, Kenyon points out he was still a 3 in 1969. I don't know, fellas. I find that hard to believe. Goes to Cincinnati and perennial Gold Glove Award winner, right? So 1 out, 2 aboard. Here's Tony Taylor. Taylor's filling in for the injured Dick Allen, hitting just 183 on the season. He does have 2 home runs. Pitch to Tony Taylor is a 1-9 right-handed. It's a line drive right at Aspromonte. And now with 2 down and the pitcher up, Farrell with a very good chance of working out of this jam, which was started by the error by Morgan. Short, a right-handed hitting pitcher, 3W. Here's Farrell's pitch now. It's a 2-6, struck him out, and Farrell escapes the jam. First and second, nobody out. He gets out of it. No runs a hit, 2 left. There was an error. We've completed 2 in the city of brotherly love, and it's Astros 1, Phillies nothing. As we go to the third inning, Rusty Staub will start things off for Houston. Staub batting .379 on the season, 4 home runs and his 26 RBIs, among the league leaders and second on the team to Jimmy Wynn. Batting 8th against the left-hander. Short into the windup on a 4-6, struck him out. Third strikeout for Short. And the batter will be Turk Farrell. Farrell, who could handle the bat at least in 1966. Right-handed hitter rated 6 with N power. There's the pitch from Short now. It's a 4-7 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. And Short now has fanned 3 of the last 4 batters to face him. 2 down, and here's Joe Morgan. Morgan led off the game with a home run, the only run of the ball game so far. The pitch from Short, 5'8" left-handed. He pops him up. Rojas calling. He's there to make the catch to retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Short. And it's still a 1-0 ball game. And welcome to Greg. Got sent from work due to tornado severe weather. Okay, now let me see if I've got this right. Don't hold it against me. Michigan, right? Bottom of the third we go. Oh, I was way off. Western North Dakota. That reminds me, I don't know if any of you guys ever watched the series The West Wing. The episode where they go there, I think it was C.J. Craig, the press secretary, went there. And North Dakota wanted to be called just Dakota because they claimed that South Dakota was getting more tourist dollars because they had the word South in their name. That just struck me as funny for some reason. Anyway, I digress. Here we go to the bottom of the third with Gonzalez, the leadoff man, starting things off. He singled his first time up. Farrell the windup, the pitch to Tony, a 4-8 left-handed. He loses him ball 4. So Gonzalez has been aboard both times today as Jimmy Jam enters the chat. Welcome, Jimmy. Gonzalez, no threat to steal. He will not be held on. Here's Grote now. Grote 0 for 1. Farrell working out of the stretch. That's going to be a 1-4 right-handed. It's a ground ball down to third base. Aspromani has it. Goes to Morgan for 1. On to first. Not in time. That will be a force. 5-4. And Grote's at first with 1 down. Thank you, Mike C. Somebody remembers it. That's awesome. It was Donna who went to North Dakota. Excellent job, sir. Well, if you could see the smile on my face right now. Excellent show. The acting, the dialogue, fantastic. Here's White now. Runner on first, 1 down. Bill White walked his first time up. Farrell from the stretch. That's going to be a 1-7 right-handed, and White draws the walk. Third walk of the day issued by Farrell. That'll push Grote over to second base. Oh, God, me too, Mike. Anyone else? Any other West Wing fans here? I've quoted quite a few different movies and TV series in this replay so far. Game 247, so there's plenty of time for many, many more. Johnny Callison will come up now. First and second, 1 down. Callison bounced into a double play in the first inning to end the inning. Farrell gets the sign. It's a 3-8 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to right field. That's going to go be down for extra bases and roll to the wall, an open double. Grote will score easily. White can attempt to score. White with one out, 15 to center, where Wynn's a 0. They're going to send him 1-15. Here he comes. A throw from Jimmy Wynn. He scores. It's a 2-run double for Callison, and the Phillies take the lead. Callison, a 1-15 runner, scoots into third on the throw. So perhaps a slight gamble on the base paths there by the Phillies with one out. And as you guys know, I do not like to make the second out of the inning at home plate. Sometimes you just feel it in your bones and go for it, you know what I mean? With one down and a runner on third, Houston's going to bring the infield in now for Clemens. Clemens 0 for 1, reached on an error. And here's the pitch. 4-6 left-handed. That is ripped over the bag and into the right field corner. Callison can walk home. Clemens rounding second, headed for third. The throw, he's in there with a triple. And just like that, it's 3-1 Phillies. Two walks, a double, and a triple in the inning. So here's Rojas now, infield in, one away. Pitch from Farrell. It's going to be a 3-4 right-handed. It's a grounder to third, and Strat-O-Matic has Clemens off of third base. Throws to Bateman for the out. Down to first, not in time. That's going to go as a force play, 5-2. And with the infield in, a break for Houston. 3-4 ground ball B with the infield in. Lead runner is out. It's a runner on first now for Dalrymple, and there's two down. Farrell from the stretch. On a 5-5 left-handed, it's a grounder to shortstop X. That'll be Jackson. Sonny Jackson, a 3E40, ranges into the hole. Here's the play on a 16. He's got it. Long throw across in time to end the inning, but not before the Phillies plate 3 on 2 hits and leave him in. After 3 innings complete, it's Phillies 3, Astros 1. The Phillies at 14-9 have done an excellent job of staying in the race during the absence of Dick Allen, who by my estimation should be back any time now. And why do I say that? Well, because he had 524 at-bats that year. He couldn't have missed that much time. So to the 4th we go. Chris Short, now staked to a 2-run lead, will face Jackson, Wynn, and Nicholson. Sonny Jackson struck out his first time against Short. Left on left here. Here's the pitch. It's a 1-4. A grounder to shortstop. Into the hole goes Grote. Long throw across in time. 1 out, and here's Jimmy Wynn. Jimmy 0 for 1. Short gets the side now. Pitch to the toy cannon. A 3-7 left-handed. Fly ball into center field. Backing up a bit is Gonzalez. And he flags it down for the second out. 2 down, nobody on, and Dave Nicholson will come to bat. I do not know, Mike. That's a very good question. I did look up Allen's injury earlier in the year just out of curiosity, but I cannot. I can't remember what I read. That was like a few months ago. See, I started this replay basically October 1st. Probably by November he got hurt. Just guessing, thinking out loud. Okay, here's Nicholson now. I'm sure there must be. What I could do is go into Baseball Reference and start clicking through Phillies box scores and see when he reappears in the lineup. That would probably be the quickest way to do it. Short for Nicholson. On a 5-6 right-handed, it's a grounder down to third base. Taylor smothers it to his feet. Long throw across in time, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Chris Short. Three to 1 Phillies as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Here's Farrell now. Taylor, Short, and Gonzalez due up. Tony Taylor lined to third his first time up. Farrell goes into the windup. Here's the pitch, a 6-7 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike three. Third strikeout of the game for Farrell. And here's the pitcher, Short, right-handed batter. Farrell's pitch, a 2-7. He struck him out. That'll turn the lineup over. Tony Gonzalez will come to bat. Gonzalez singled and walked so far. Pitch from Farrell on a 6-7 left-handed, swung on and missed, strike three, and Farrell strikes out the side. How about that? Four in the books, 3 to 1 Phillies. Oh, really? I did not know that, Mike. Thank you for that. Allen apparently got in one year, got in a fight with White and got hit in the shoulder with a bat. Holy crap. Oh, my goodness. So, not exactly a dean of clubhouse chemistry, one might say, huh? Well, all I could say is those were the days. Definitely more interesting times. Better? I suppose that could be debated. Simpler and more interesting? Definitely. Here's Jim Gentile to lead off the fifth inning now. Short stirring in to get the sign from Dalrymple. Here's the windup. Pitch to Jim is a 1-4 left-handed. It's a fly ball into straightaway center field. Gonzalez fading back now and hauls it in for the first out. Here's Aspromonte now, struck out his first time today. That's going to be a 2-4 left-handed. It's a two-hopper down to third, backhanded by Taylor. Throws across for out number 2. Yeah, no, he did have issues. That's probably why he got traded so much. I guess he finally found his home in Chicago, right? At least he seemed to be happier there. That's really the period I remember him from, honestly. I remember him with the Dodgers in 71. They had him for 1 year and they traded him, as a matter of fact. Did not get along with a few guys there. Alston didn't care for him. I remember reading that. Bateman with 2 down. Short the windup. 1-6 left-handed single on an 11, but on a 12, that liner is speared by Tony Taylor, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Short. So Bateman hit it on the nail head, but right at Tony Taylor. And the Astros go down in order in the 5th. Dick, don't call me Richie Allen. Absolutely, Kenyon. I remember that. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Dick Grote will start things off. He's 0 for 2 so far. Right-handed hitting shortstop standing in there. Farrell, the sign from Bateman. That's going to be a 4-7 right-handed, and Grote takes it the other way into right field for a leadoff single. Grote aboard to start things off. Here's White, walked twice. 1-6 right-handed, a ground ball to first base. Gentile has it down to Jackson, back to first, not in time. That's going to be a force. 3-6 that'll go. White to first, where he's a star 17 stealer, by the way. Let's check that battery again. Farrell a -1, Bateman a 0, so he'd be a 16. Held a 14, and he'll be held on. With Callison at the plate, they're going to let Johnny swing away. He doubled in 2 runs, 1 for 2. The pitch from Farrell, a 5-5 left-handed, a grounder to short X. That could be 2. Jackson a 3E40. Here's the play. On an 18, Jackson has it to Morgan to first. Double play. 6-4-3X. Side is retired. No runs a hit. Nobody left. My plan was if Callison didn't do anything, I would try for the lead with Clemens at bat. Perhaps we should have tried for the lead with Callison at bat. White, though, with a 4-6. That's, for the statisticians, you know, that's an 8 out of 36 chance of getting the lead. Most likely he doesn't get the lead, but I would have tried for it with 2 outs and Clemens at the plate. Here's Short now, and Ben, absolutely. You hit it right on the nail head, my friend. There it is in black and white. The leadoff homer by Morgan. And Short has retired everyone since. And on that note, I'm going to take a short break to refill my coffee. Okay, there we go. Black and red, yes. Houston coming into bat here in the 6th inning. Rusty Staub will lead it off. Staub, the pitcher's spot, and Morgan. Staub struck out his first time against Short. Short gets the sign from Dalrymple now. Here's the pitch to Staub. It's going to be a 3-5 left-handed. That's a base hit up the middle, and the string is broken. Now it's decision time. I'm thinking we've got a hit for Farrell here, right? Trailing by 2. Although Farrell's rated 7 for endurance. He's better than I thought. A little early to pull Farrell. He's a D bunter. 6 and right-handed hitter. He's going to stay in. Oh, Ben wants me to hit. Anyone else? Summoning the chat for opinions on this. Let Farrell bat or hit for him. You know, I was thinking he was like an S5 or something, and they got 5. The only thing dissuading me is that he's a 7 rated starter for endurance. Yeah, no, I think Ben's right. I'm going to go with my first inclination, which was to bat for him. 6N pitcher is still a pitcher hitting any way you want to slice it. Only the 8 really scares anybody. The 5's pretty good at getting on base. Actually, the 5's better than the 6, in my opinion, if that makes any sense. So Farrell's day will come to an end. He works 5 innings, surrenders 5 hits, 3 runs. He walked 3, struck out 5. Have to get creative with the bullpen here. Do they have a lefty? They do not. Okay. Barry Latman will begin throwing. And the batter will be Felix Mantilla. Yeah, I agree, Ben. So the D bunter, he doesn't give you many options. So Mantilla will come on and bat for Farrell. Felix on the season, if I can find him, he is 1 for 3. He's appeared in 2 games. He's walked twice. Right-handed batter. Short working out of the stretch now. Pitch to Felix on a 110 left-handed. It's a grounder to short. That's going to be 2. It's Grote, 2 Rojas, 2 White. Oh, man. So Mantilla. Farrell could have done that. My main objective, of course, is to make it a close game, make it entertaining. No real rooting interest on my part. The way I look at it is I lost that privilege when I brought you the games. That's for you guys to do. I'm just trying to make it interesting. So 2 down and nobody on, and here's Morgan, whose leadoff homer really represents the only damage off a short so far. Short into the windup now. The pitch to Little Joe is a 4-6 left-handed. He struck him out. Another fine inning by Short. No runs a hit, nobody left. And here comes Barry Latman now to pitch for Houston. Latman will act as the long man. He's been in 5 games, 4 of them starts. He's 2-0 with a 1.35 earned run average across 33 innings. Hasn't started lately. Not sure why. So we'll use him as the long man here. And he'll be facing Clemens, Rojas, and Dalrymple in the bottom of the 6th. Oh, thank you, Mike, for the correction. The fight was with Frank Thomas. That actually makes more sense, believe it or not. Basically, because White really wasn't. White seemed like the kind of guy that would get along with everybody. Here's Clemens, 1 for 2. He tripled in a run in the third. Latman ready to go now. Gets the sign from Bateman. Pitch to Doug Clemens is a 2-5 right-handed, and he loses in ball 4. A leadoff walk to Clemens. And here's Cookie Rojas. Thinking about another bunt with Rojas. Let's check the infield. Inner back. Infield is back. He's going to lay it down. He's at A. It's a 3A, and he beats out another. Wait, nope. On a 3, he doesn't. How about that? A 4, he does. A 3 is a sacrifice bunt. Successful sacrifice. So Rojas moves the runner along. Rojas playing a little small ball today. Trying to pick him up. Dalrymple. Hello, Perry. Boy, you're not the only one. There must be storms going through everywhere. Bad storms in the Midwest, apparently. Or the northern Midwest, perhaps the East as well. We had mild rain and cooler temperatures today here in the great Northwest of Spokane. But you're the second guy that's mentioned storms. Runner at second, 1 away. Here's Dalrymple, 0 for 2. Latman into the windup. It's going to be a 2-5 right-handed, and that is ripped over the bag and down the right field line. On a 5, that's going to be in for a triple. Clemens will score on a triple by Clay Dalrymple. Holy cow, and there's 2 triples in this game for the Phillies now. And the triples parade continues. With 1 out and a runner on third, the Astros will pull the infield in again. And here's Taylor, 0 for 2. Trying to pick him up now. Latman gets the sign, the full windup. 3-6 right-handed. It's a grounder to third A with the infield in. Let's check it. 1, batter out, runners hold. So Astromonte looks the runner back and throws Taylor out for the second out, and Short will be the hitter. Oh, and thank you for the update, Mike. I did not know that. And they released him the day after the fight. It sounds like he obviously provoked the fight. Short has struck out in both of his plate appearances today. Right-handed batter. Latman comes in with a 6-7, and he walks him. Latman walks the opposing pitcher with 2 down. And with runners at the corners, Tony Gonzalez will get a shot. 4-1 Phillies, bottom of the 6th. Gonzalez 1 for 2 with a walk. Latman set now from the stretch. 2-7 right-handed, a single on a 1 on a 20. It's going to be snagged by a leaping Joe Morgan to retire the side. So a liner to second ends the inning. 1 run, 1 hit, 2 left on. Through 6 innings complete, it's Phillies 4, Astros 1. Perhaps related to the weather, not quite as many people in the chat today. And a good matchup between 2 contenders. So I have to wonder aloud if there aren't several folks whose internet has been affected by weather. To the 7th we go. It'll be Jackson, Wynn, and Nicholson for Houston. Jackson 0 for 2. Short gets the sign from Dalrymple now. Here's the pitch to Jackson. 4-8 left-handed. That's going to be a double to 15, and that's down and will roll to the wall for extra bases. Jackson rounds and coasts in with a stand-up double. Only the third hit allowed by Short. Here's the toy cannon now. If anyone can make some noise for Houston, it's this guy, the National League RBI leader currently. 0 for 2 today, however, against Short. Short gets the sign, checks the runner. Wind up and pitch to Jimmy Wynn is a 6-9, double to 14. That is not flat. Re-roll on the 20. Double to 14. He's in there on a 5. A 2-star double. I'll hold Jackson at third. Back-to-back doubles to open the 7th. Short rated 8 for endurance, so that's not an issue. But Houston's got something going here in the 7th. Second and third, nobody out, and Dave Nicholson at the plate. And the Phillies, boy, not a lot of great choices in the pen. Rick Wise begins throwing. We'll try to get all we can out of Short. Ahead by 3, they'll play the infield back, trying to stay out of the big inning. Short checks the runners. Now here's the pitch to Nicholson. On a 3-8 left-handed, he struck him out. Big strikeout there by Short. His 6th of the game. And here's Jim Gentile now. Flew to center both times. Infield still back. Pitch from Short, a 5-11 left-hander. There's a fly ball to left field X. That's going to be Clemens. Clemens a 3-6. Tough play for Clemens as he races towards the gap. On a 3, he's not going to get it. That's going to be a single. Both runs will score on a 2-star single. And suddenly it's 4-3. I'm waiting for it, Ben. I'm waiting for it. There I was saying I would not have started. If I were making out the lineups, I would not have started Gentile against Short. And yet his 2-run single puts him back in the ball game. It's 4-3 now. Lefty Darrell Knowles joins Wise in the pen. It's very hard to take Short out, not fatigued. Here's Aspermani, 0 for 2. Runner on first, 1 down. Short working out of a stretch now. 110 left-handed. He pops him up on the left side. Infield fly rule. Grote has it. And there's 2 down. The batter will beat John Bateman, the right-handed hitting catcher, 0 for 2. Short from the stretch. Pitch to Bateman is a 1-7. A grounder to Short. Grote again. Shovels the short way to Rojas, and that will do it. The Astros, however, plate 2 on 3 hits and leave 1. After 6.5, we got ourselves a ball game. 4-3 Phillies. Barry Latman will come out for his 2nd inning of work. I tell you, the Astros could really use a left-hander in their pen. They do not have one. Give me just a minute here while I check the usage and some numbers on the Houston pen. Okay, we're set. Jim Owens is warming for Houston. Latman will start the inning. Grote, White, and Callison do. Grote 1 for 3 today. Latman set now. Here's the windup. The pitch to Grote, a 3-3 right-handed, a liner right into the glove of Joe Morgan. So that's back-to-back liners to second for Philly. One away, and the batter will be Bill White. White 0 for 1, he walked twice. Latman gets the sign now. 6-8 left-handed, single to 10, and on a 9, that's down for a base hit. White is aboard. And they're going to go to Owen. Grady Hatton coming out. Jim Owens coming in. For Latman, 1 1/3. 2 hits, 1 run so far. The runner on first, his responsibility, of course. He walked a pair. Did not strike out a batter. Owens, a right-handed pitcher. Slightly better against left-handers. Really the only such option in the Houston pen. Remember, the Houston pen is not good, folks. That's one of the things that makes their 17-10 mark even that much more impressive. Other than stopper Claude Raymond, there's really not much down there. So here's Callison, 1 out, 1 on, facing Jim Owens. Owens comes into the game 1-1 with a save. He's done a fine job, though. 11 1/3 innings with a 0.79 ERA in the replay. Owens gets the sign from the stretch. Pitch to Callison. 3-7 right-hander. The fly ball into center field. That's playable for Jimmy Wynn. Takes a few steps back and hauls it in for out number 2. So Owens has clearly overachieved his card to this point. Here comes Clemens. Clemens has been on all 3 times. Reached on an error, an RBI triple in the 3rd, and walked in the 6th. Came around to score. Owens staring in now. The pitch to Clemens. 5-6 left-handed. A grounder to second base. Morgan to his left. Has it. Throws to Gentile. And Owens comes in and puts out the fire. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We are through 7 in a 4-3 ball game. And thanks for the info, Mike C. once again. I remember Bateman well. He was a very good defensive catcher. Better than a 3, I think. I would have rated him at least a 2. I think Strat-O-Matic gets it right the majority of the time on the defensive ratings. Don't get me wrong, but there are a few we could argue about. Here's Short now to start the 8th. For Short, this is his first inning of potential fatigue. He'll face Staub at the pitcher's spot. And Morgan. Staub 1 for 2 on the day. Left on left, it's a 2-6, a base hit up the middle, and Staub's aboard with a tying run to lead off the 8th. Oh man, decision time. We'll have to hit for Owens. No real question about it. Claude Raymond, the only reliever who pitched in this game in real life for either team, he gets loose. And the batter will be Ron Brand, a right-handed batter, the third catcher on the team. Brand just one at bat this season so far. He's 0 for 1. .244 in real life. Obviously better against left-handers. Knowles and Wise ready in the Philly pen. Right-handed hitting Brand facing Chris Short now. Short out of the stretch. It's going to be a 6-9 right-handed. That is down for a double. 2-star double. Double to 14 on a 12. Staub will hold at third. And the Astros are in business here in the 8th inning. Second and third, nobody out. And the top of the order coming up. Holy cow. And now one more hit or walk will fatigue Short. With Morgan up and Jackson on deck, both left-handed hitters, Gene Mauch will give Short every opportunity to work out of this. In fact, Mauch's out to the mound. Dalrymple, Taylor, and Rojas come in. We'll see what they decide. He's going to let him pitch to Joe Morgan. Morgan 1 for 3. It was a big one, a leadoff home run. Infield in now. Short checks the runners, the full windup. Pitch to Little Joe on a 6-6 fly to center field. That's going to be deep enough to tie the ball game. Gonzalez makes the catch. Staub tags and scores, and we are all tied up. Four ball game. Fans on the edge of their seats. Brand at second base representing the go-ahead run. He's a 13. That's good enough. That's actually good for a catcher, although he played 3 other positions. Here's Sonny Jackson now, left on left. Short into the windup. We got a dice off the table. It's a foul ball. Short rubbing up a new ball. Here's the next pitch to Sonny Jackson. 2-9 left-handed. It's a grounder to second, smothered by Rojas. He throws to first as Brand goes into third. And they're going to put Jimmy Wynn on. Was there any doubt about that? So an intentional pass to Jimmy Wynn. Wynn probably the most fearsome hitter in the league so far in this replay. With 2 down, Wynn a star 15 stealer. Short a 0 hold, but Dalrymple with a good arm, -2, makes Wynn a 13. They will not need to hold him. There's no way he's going to try to steal at 65% with a runner on third. The go-ahead run on third, to be precise. And here's Nicholson. The intentional walk does not count against his fatigue for Short. Short checks the runners now from the stretch. The pitch to Nicholson is a 6-11 right-handed, and it's a single into center field as Short is tired and the Astros take the lead. Brand in to score. An open single to center. Wynn can try to go to third on that. 15 with 2 outs, 17. Gonzalez is 0. He's going to third. They're throwing. 17, and he's in there on a 17. So the Astros take the lead. 5-4 with 2 runs in the 8th, and here comes Mock, and that's it for Short. So Short, a masterful game. At least through 6. And then it all unraveled for him. With a lefty at the plate, Darryl Knowles will be called upon. Seven 2/3 for Short. 8 hits. 5 runs so far. He walked only 1, and that was intentional. Struck out 4, 5, 6. Knowles will come in and try to get Gentile and get out of this inning. Get his team back up to bat. Thank you, Kenyon. Somebody has to say it, right? I should mention that Franklin's been checking in on the messages, on the replays, the comment section. Okay, that's what I meant to say. First and third, 2 down. Here's Gentile. Knowles ready to go to work now. Left on left. 3-9 left-handed. That's a high fly ball to deep right field. Going back is Johnny Callison at the track, at the wall. It's gone. Holy cow. Jim Gentile has just blown the game open with a 3-run blast in the 8th off of a left-hander. Let's look at it again. 3-9. Homer to 12. The roll is a 1. Wynn and Nicholson score ahead of him. 3 RBIs. 5 RBIs on the day for Gentile. All against left-handers. I was waiting for it, Vin. I was waiting for that. I'm sitting there going, why is he even in the lineup? Against the lefty. 5 RBIs. Well, the best laid plans. That's all I can say. The best laid plans. The Astros have plated 5 runs in the 8th. Now lead it 8-4, and here's Aspromani. Knowles into the windup. Pitch to Bob on a 2-10 left-hand, and it's a lazy fly ball into right field. Callison barely has to move. And mercifully for the Philly fans, the inning comes to an end. But 5 big ones for Houston. On 4 hits. Nobody left on. And here comes Claude Raymond. Raymond, the save leader for Houston, but he's been anything but automatic. 2-2 with 5 saves, but a very high 6.19 ERA so far. He's the closer. Rojas, Dalrymple, and Taylor due for Philadelphia. And man, the amazing Astros. Wow. And Gentile, again, who I said shouldn't have even been in the lineup, he's in line for player of the game. So here's Rojas now. 1 for 2. Raymond into the windup. That's going to be a 2-11 right-handed. It's a foul ball left side. Aspromani over to make the play. 1 away. Here's Dalrymple, the catcher now. 1 for 3, RBI triple in the game. Raymond into the windup. That's going to be a 5-4 left-handed, and he walks him. A 1-out walk to Dalrymple. Tony Taylor will be the batter. And look who's coming out on deck. Dick Allen grabs the bat. Shoulder not well enough to start, but he says he feels good enough to pinch hit. Tony Taylor 0 for 3 today. Raymond gets the sign now from the stretch. Pitch to Taylor on a 1-6. It's a grounder to short. That'll be 2. It's Jackson to Morgan to Gentile. And Allen is left standing in the on-deck circle. Through 8 innings, Houston 8, Philadelphia 4. Man, that turned in a hurry. Holy cow. Bateman, Staub, and the pitcher due up. Knowles will go back out there. Might as well not use another pitcher at this point, if possible. Here's Knowles now, ready to pitch to Bateman. John Bateman 0 for 3 today. That's going to be a 6-8 right-handed, and he walks him. A leadoff walk to Bateman. And here's Rusty Staub. Staub 2 for 3 today. Oh, you're not kidding, Kenyon. Fans are absolutely stunned. Leading 4-1 after 6. With Knowles and Wise ready to go, their ace short on the mound. Hell, fans were already celebrating. And then boom. Strat-O-Matic, man. What can I say? Here's Staub, runner on first, nobody out. Left on left. 4-6 left-handed. He struck him out. With 1 out, Raymond will hit. He's a 1. I need a new hitter's card here. Raymond a C bunter. With a 4-run lead, he's going to swing away. On a 2-5, swung on and missed, strike 3. Two down, and Joe Morgan will be the hitter now. Knowles gets the sign. The pitch to Little Joe on a 2-5. Single to 5 on a 15. That liner is speared at first by White. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. 8-4, Houston. I want to take this opportunity and thank everybody for hanging out with me today. Well, it was a tense game through 7. And then the heavens opened up. Oh my goodness. Jim Gentile. Holy crap. Trailing by 4, they're going to send John Briggs up to pinch hit. Trailing by 4, they don't need the power of Dick Allen as much as they need somebody to get on base. So here's Briggs. Briggs hitting .435 on the year, 20 for 46, 4 home runs. Raymond into the windup. To Johnny Briggs, a 1-3. He draws the walk. So Briggs does his job. He gets on base. And here's Tony Gonzalez now. Gonzalez 1 for 3 with a walk. Raymond gets the sign from the stretch. Pitch to Tony. That's a 2-5 right-handed single, 1 star. And Briggs will play it cautiously and hold at second. The Phillies have something going here in the bottom of the 9th. Second inning of work for Raymond, who's rated a 2. So now one more hitter walk will fatigue Raymond. The beleaguered Astros pen will have to get somebody else up. There's not a lot down there, believe me. Let's see who it's going to be. Chris Zachary throwing. One more hitter walk will fatigue Raymond. Here's Grote now. And who would Allen hit for? Not White or Callison. Timeout on the field. They're going to call Grote back. Dick Allen's going to come up right now. So here comes Allen. He can't tie it. On the other hand, you're not going to bat for White or Callison, are you? So here's Allen batting for Dick Grote. Let's take another look at Allen's numbers on the season because it's fun. He's hitting .423, 22 for 52, 5 home runs, 15 RBIs. And remember, he hasn't played in a while, other than the occasional pinch hitting appearance. Raymond on the verge of fatigue. Dick Allen at the plate. First and second, nobody out. An 8-4 ball game, and here's the pitch. On a 5-9 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Allen, a huge cut, and the ball dips underneath his bat for the first out. Oh my goodness. In the event another shortstop would be needed, Bobby Wine could come in. Bill White will be the hitter. Second in the National League in runs batted in. He's 1 for 2 today, walked twice. Raymond gets the sign now from the stretch. The pitch to Bill White is a 1-5. Struck him out. Oh my goodness, some clutch pitching by Raymond. Right on the verge of fatiguing. He strikes out Allen and Bill White, and now it'll be up to Johnny Callison. Johnny 1 for 4 today, a 2-run double in the third. Lefty standing in there now. Raymond gets the sign. He's set. The pitch to Callison on a 4-8 left-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Holy crap. Claude Raymond strikes out the side after putting the first 2 runners on. And that's the ball game. 8-4 the final. It was a wild one in Philly. Holy cow, Claude Raymond. So the often maligned Astro bullpen comes through. I'll have the totals for you in just a moment. Thank you, guys. Holy crap, that was exciting. Raymond 2 innings. I don't think he qualifies for the save, does he? He had a 4-run lead at the time when he came in. He gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, struck out 3. One and a third for Knowles. 1 hit, 1 run. A walk and 2 Ks, so 7 runs charged to Short. Man, it sure turned for Short in a hurry. Short, after the leadoff homer to Morgan, was mowing everybody down. And it all unraveled for him in the 7th and then in the 8th. Short takes the loss. He's 2-3 now. See, in the 8th. It looks like Owens picks up the win. We'll see. The Strat-O-Matic computer game, of course, will award that. Your totals for the game for Houston: 8 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. The Phillies, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Player of the game, it's got to be Jim Gentile, doesn't it? 2 for 4, 5 runs batted in. And they were big ones too. 2-run single in the 7th, 3-run homer in the 8th. Holy cow. Let's look ahead on the schedule. First, let's check the standings. That win puts Houston in a 2nd place tie with the Los Angeles Dodgers, just a game and a half behind the Pirates now. Both teams. And tomorrow's game is the Dodgers at the Pirates. How about that? Claude Osteen and Woody Fryman. So another promising game. 2 lefties. Osteen, I think, still looking for his first win. Let me check that. I think he's the losingest pitcher so far in either league. He is. He's 0-6. Well, that's it for me. Thanks again, everybody. 8-4 Astros in a wild one. Spokane Steve wishing you all a very pleasant good evening. Take care, everybody. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Stay dry. Yeah, exactly, Kenyon. He's had some rough luck so far. See if he can turn it around tomorrow. Bye for now, guys.